kissing up to God, giving God all the glory, all the honor, and all of the praises. Hi, everybody. It's your Southern Belle coming to you live. My name is Jennifer Brooks. We're thanking God for another do-over. We're thanking Him for another day to get it right. We're thanking Him for life, health, and strength, family, and friends. I don't know why my brain don't want to sit right. We're thanking Him for another day. We're thanking Him for the brand new grace and brand new mercies that He allowed. Ah, thank you for family and friends. And Lord, if we have the opportunity to say, I'm sorry, allow that opportunity because it will restore a whole lot of things. Today, I'm coming up with the subject. Is there anything wrong with married or mama's boy? And I'm coming up with this subject because of a conversation that I had today with a coworker. And I have an only child. And it's a man. I have a son. And he has been called a mama's boy. And I think one of his female friends said that I was a problem, but I don't see it. We as mothers don't see it because you know our job is to nurture. Our job is to make sure that they're okay and make sure that everything is running as smooth as possible. But where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Because you have some females that say, let me see, did I marry a mama's boy? Um, I think my first ex might have been like almost a mama's boy, or whatever, because he did no wrong in her eyes. So maybe that's what they mean. But sometimes it might be a problem because I've known for sometimes mothers interfering with their sons' marriages. Well, you know what? Maybe mothers could interfere with their daughters' marriages too. But since I have a son, I try not to be that. I always promise myself and I always make sure that I only, give advice if you ask, because my son's a very private young man. He don't tell me anything. The stuff that I found out about my son, I might find out from a friend or he'll tell me years later. But he just don't tell me his business. He don't get me his business. But if he has a problem, if he's dealing with something, he'll talk to me. And I don't tell him what to do. I just give him different scenarios of how I would handle it. Or either I give him a woman's point of view. Because there was an instant one time that something was going on and I could see, I said, oh God, if this is not corrected. So I actually spoke to him about it. And he said later on, he was like, mom, thanks, because that probably would have been an argument. Because sometimes they don't see some things that we see as women. Because he's my son, I'm his mom, but I'm still a woman. And there's still things that I see and I notice, but I'm still not that mother that will say these words, not my child. Because when you're not around your mom and when you're not around family, we are different. We're not the same when we're with our significant others or when we're with family members. I guess we fit into every circumstance or everything that we're in. We fit into it at the time. So um I don't feel like that I interfere with his relationships, or either I try not to interfere with his relationship. But when I was talking to this person, they said there's colors of love. He said, and sometimes mother overshadow their son's relationships, and it damages it a lot when it comes to their wife or their girlfriend. And as I say, one of my son's girlfriend has said, you're mama's boy. But see, sometimes those mama boys know how to treat that lady, especially if they have that mom that did do the nurturing, that mom that did make sure that he was taking care of, that mom that mom. She, that their first relationships are stemming from what they were taught through their mother, the love and through their mother. And you have some mothers that are not nurturing to their children, or maybe maybe because they didn't get nurtured or whatever. And sometimes those relationships, the men are not as touchy feeling or romantic or whatever, because maybe they didn't get that from the mother, because we are there first, just like girls, the dads are their first love. That's their first insight on a man. So, sometimes if they see a man doing wrong, that's what they expect. And that's what I'd say. I say that to my son. He has 2 daughters. Be careful because your daughter's gonna meet you out there. He said, Mom, don't say that or whatever, because um girls look at their father just like men look at their mothers. So, like I said, I posed a question. Is it okay to date or marry a mama's boy? Do you have problems with it? Is it a struggle? Do you think it's a good thing? Or would you rather not? You rather marry somebody or be with somebody that don't want to be with your mama, or that is not nice to their mother? You know what I mean? You better want to marry somebody that got a good mom that's nice to their mom. At least they know how to treat you. I'm just saying. But I came on to pose that question because I want to come on and talk a little bit more to my audience, because I really haven't been on a lot. Your thoughts. Let me know. All right. Continue to share, continue to join, continue to come into my channel. I really appreciate everyone that does that, feeling not to listen to me. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am on the right road now. You guys have a blessed night. You hear? God bless.